I'm Dave First. We're over the wall with the driver, the number 41, Goodhart vet, Pray.com Chevrolet of AJ Foyt Racing and Ray Robb. And welcome to Toronto, by the way.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
You're happy to be here.
Very happy to be here.
Yes, you are. We're happy that you're here
Thank you.
as well. Crazy incident, obviously. Let's get right to it about what happened there in that last half lap at Iowa. How you holding up? You all right?
I feel great. Especially considering, you know, we said that I was going to get like my pilot's wings, but normally you have to land the plane in order to do that. The landing gear didn't work as well.
You did stick the landing gear or something, but yeah.
Not as well as I'd like.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel great.
That's awesome. How much are you reliving that last half lap in your head?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought I was going to have more mental trauma.
Right, understandably so, if so.
I feel a lot of peace.
Yeah,
and I think it's because I'm grateful that everything works as it's supposed to. Like, I actually have more confidence in the car's safety now because I really put it to the test.
Yeah.
Like the test dummy for the series now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like having that experience and being able to remember it all, I wish I could black it out, but like everything was very vivid and it was like kind of slow motion. Like I remember going in the air and then seeing the top of the catch fence kind of at eye level with me. And I was still holding onto the steering wheel at that time, so it's kind of I'll let go and see how this goes. And I had time as it was coming down to think about like Hinch at Indy, Scott at Indy, like some of the big crashes I've seen in like the last 10 years as a young driver coming up and being like, okay, how bad is this going to be? Like, am I going to get pierced by something? Am I going to have the seat mess up? When it came down and knocked the wind out of me, and that was like the extent of it.
Yeah, so. And the aero screen, I mean, it does its job. I heard you say the other day that your helmet's not even scratched from it or anything.
No, you can't see anything wrong with the helmet.
Yeah.
So like, I just looked at it again today and looking for some sort of scuff mark or something, and it's like, there's like a speck of rubber on the front of the helmet, probably from like the actual race, more so than the crash.
That's incredible. All right, enough of the on-track stuff. Off-track, you've got a lot going on here. Engaged to be married in November, is that right?
That's right.
How's that coming along?
I'm excited.
How's the prep?
I'm leaving it all to Molly currently. She's the one that's in charge of all that. I helped pick the venue. I haven't even been to the venue yet.
Okay, all right.
But I think everything will be good. I think she has good taste. And I'm trusting her judgment on those
Sometimes
things.
it's best to stay out of that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I'll give my opinion where I need it.
Okay, all right.
But for the most part, I'm pretty hands off. I'm busy doing this.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
We got a break coming up. You got a bachelor party coming up. All right, so how raucous is this going to be?
It's gonna be pretty good.
Okay. What are you doing? What's going on?
We're going to the Idaho mountains.
Awesome.
So it's not going to be like crazy wild party by any means, but boating, hiking, fishing, trying to get all the activities that I've been missing during the summer and just fit it all into like one weekend.
Yeah.
So I got some guys from Indianapolis, some family members from Idaho that are all going. So we're just gonna like have fun out in the woods for most of the weekend.
That's who you are. Your hobbies include rock climbing, fishing, and hunting. You're like a Field and Stream magazine cover child.
I'd love to be. Field and Stream, hit me up.
Here we go. Let's go. But obviously, I mean, just being outdoors, that's old school a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of how I grew up. Like, I didn't miss a single hunting season, like big game hunting season, until I was like 12 years old. And it's because we were in Spain or something for a go-kart race.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. My family would load up in the truck, we'd head to the mountains. My grandparents would have their camper out there. My grandma would be like making deer meat stew for all of us, sitting around the fire out by camp. And like, that's just what we did as a family. It's what I grew up doing. And like, some of my favorite memories are in high school, hopping in the truck with my buddy at lunch break and like going duck hunting. We like go jump shoot ducks for our lunch break instead of like getting food. Load back up in the truck with a couple ducks, you know, clean them out real quick, throw them in the freezer at school, and then go cook them up in the afternoon.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
Love
good
that.
stuff.
Last thing, all right, coming here to Toronto, many times professional athletes, when they go through something but you know, ish about what you just went through.
Traumatic.
Traumatic. The first thing you want to do is get back on the track.
Yeah.
And you had a 15th place finish in race one, season best. You want to build on that. Here's an opportunity this week.
Absolutely. Right? Since May, we've kind of been on this like momentum building trajectory, and like 16th at Mid-Ohio, 15th at race one at Iowa, and then like hopefully I was going to be 14th there. I mean, it's just setting the trend, but. Like even during that race, we had a great recovery. We had a bad pit stop where we didn't get enough fuel in the car. And like I was on a massive fuel save, but I was able to keep the guys behind me that I was fighting with and like turn the heat up at the end to like pull away from them, at least a little bit. Obviously not enough, but you know, it's been nice. Like since the month of May, I think my confidence is up, the team's confidence is up, and everyone's kind of like clicking because this is really a new team. I mean, we've seen the AJ Foyt name for a long time. But if you look at the personnel behind the scenes, a lot of new guys that have to learn how to communicate, how to work together. And I think people underestimate the relationship side of racing. So we're now getting to a point where we're clicking, we understand what each other needs, and we're building the program.
That's awesome. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We're over the wall with Ray Robb.